Hey Optimancers, Chris here. So last night I participated in a one-shot run by Monty from the Dungeon Dudes, with Kelly also from the Dungeon Dudes, and then Colby from D4 Deep Dive. So we had 3 player characters, each playing 13th level characters. So Colby was playing a custom lineage, 3 levels Rune Knight, 6 levels Paladin, and 4 levels Divine Soul Sorcerer. I have a link to Colby's build in the video description. I was playing a Divine Soul Sorcerer level 1 and then 12 levels of Shepherd Druid. And what I wanted to do with this character is, of course, deliver a lot of damage through summoning, but I was also curious how quickly I would be able to take my turns and how sometimes conjure animals, especially when you're summoning lots of animals, can bog down gameplay. I wanted to see if I was able to do it in a way that didn't bog down gameplay, that went reasonably quickly. So we'll see how I did there. And then Kelly's character, I don't have a link to, but he was playing a Warforged, 13 levels, straight Artificer Battlesmith, and he was focused primarily on getting his armor class as high as he could. What I want to do is show you that and maybe chime in with a little bit of commentary. So look for the text on the screen and I'll kind of point out the areas where I thought maybe we did quite well or maybe where we could have done better. So I will have those on the screen for you. But if you just want to see the one shot, it is available on the Dungeon Dudes Twitch channel. It's also going to be available on the D4 Deep Dive YouTube channel and the Dungeon Dudes YouTube channel. So I'll have links in the video description for those as well. Today I want to thank some of my top level patrons: Mikkel Precursor, Nathaniel McCauley, Nick Lutz, Nick Simmons, Nines Tempest, Odessian, PCZ, Pedro de Vaca, and Philip Martin. Thank you all so much for your support. Let's get started.
Good evening. My name is Monty Martin.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin.
And we are the Dungeon Dudes.
Got it.
Almost got it.
That was perfectly synced.
Awesome. The world we live in, technology. And we are joined tonight by some awesome friends of ours to play D&D together for the first time together. First, we have, Colby, you instigated this whole thing, so you go for it.
All right. Well, thank you. And yes, my name's Colby. I run the YouTube channel currently known as D4 D&D Deep Dive, where I primarily do videos on like character creation, and I just do a weekly character build that is an attempt to be both like a fun character to play, but also a powerful character to play. And been at it for about 1.5 years, and I recently hit 30,000 subscribers. And on the channel, I've been, thank you, I'm like about 1/10 of Kelly and Monty, but every 10,000 subscriber milestone, I've been like trying to do a little, hey, let's all, me and my friends, pick a character that I've created thus far for the channel, and we all play and kind of take them from the lab and see how they work in an actual game kind of thing. So when I hit 30,000, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I could get, my friend Chris from Treant Monk, who I'd done a collaboration with before, and maybe Kelly and Monty from Dungeon Dudes, and do something that way. And lo and behold, they said yes. And I'm still a little shocked, but I shouldn't be, because you guys are so freaking kind and wonderful and amazing that I shouldn't be surprised. But anyway, super happy to be here. Thanks for making this happen, Monty and Kelly. And yeah, can't wait to jump in.
And we got a little bit of an intro but Chris, take it away.
All right. Hi, I'm Chris. I run a YouTube channel called Treant Monk's Temple. I've always done optimization stuff and game theory stuff. I do some character builds, and a lot of the times I'm just talking about interactions in the rules or strategies, that kind of thing, or whatever I feel like talking about. So it varies from week to week.
Hey, I remember back in the day reading your guides when Wizard of the Coast still had an official D&D forum.
Yeah, that's where I got my start.
Yeah. I remember those days. So I'm so thrilled to playing D&D with these two fine gentlemen, and Callie, of course, another equally fine gentleman.
Who's not a fine gentleman, apparently.
No, I'm not that cool.
And this, so for this evening, our kind of goal with our one shot tonight and next week as well was to showcase some pretty high power builds. So for those of you that have watched some streams with Kelly and I on our Drakenheim series before, where we kind of have a real big ongoing story and all these sorts of things, strap yourselves in, because these two really know what they're talking about when it comes to building characters, and they've done some fun stuff. But not to make sure that we have it all threaded together, I have whipped up a cool scenario for us to play through that will hopefully balance out, show us, for those of you that want to see the power of powerful characters, but for those of you that also want to think about, hopefully, some of the ways that you can challenge powerful characters.
We'll
See
see.
your swarm.
Or have a TPK in round one. That's what I'm anticipating.
Something's going to happen tonight, and we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. I would consider it an exercise of trying to get a runaway truck and drive it as fast as you can towards a cliff and stop as close to the edge before driving off is kind of like the challenge there. So,
Right.
So
Good analogy.
we'll see how it goes. But with that, shall we dive in and roll some dice? Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. So, in a very distant land, far away from the worlds of Drakenheim and the Forgotten Realms, an ancient amethyst dragon, Sardalon the Watcher, has lived upon the glittering slopes of Mount Hatheg Kla since history began. Dwelling far away from mortal lands beyond tundras of hot springs and geothermic vents, the dragon peacefully observed the motions of distant and unknowable cosmos. They instructed the great sage, Baranziah the Wise, and contemplated the order of chaos and other such paradoxical impossibilities in conversation with storm giants of Narthos. Recently, however, the dragon has descended into madness. Weeks ago, Sardarlon crossed the tundras and destroyed the towns of Teloth and Vornai, and now many fear for the great capital of Delathleen. Northern folk claim even the sagacious giants have become belligerent, gibbering blasphemies as they slaughter animals and people who cross their paths. The monarchs of Cydonia have gathered you, the greatest heroes of the land, and you are called to break whatever madness grips Sardalon the Watcher, even if it means slaying the dragon. And who are you, these great heroes? Who's going to introduce their character first?
I can. All right.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So, little intimidated when you talked about how these ultra super powerful. I think I got a decent character.
Pressure's on now.
Yeah. So I'm Dennis Hopper, and
Of course you are.
Herongon Druid at your service. And I am a Shepherd Druid, meaning that I specialize in summoning. So summoning's good, so I'm optimized that way. And I've got a little dip in Divine Soul Sorcerer, just for,
Nice.
for optimization purposes.
Colby, what have you brought for us tonight?
So my character is named Liruline Dorathalon. She's a custom lineage, so I'm calling her kind of a half giant, maybe quarter giant. How about from an area known as the Kadathi Mountains. She's on a quest to prove herself to her clan by slaying the most challenging foe possible so that she can return home triumphant with the trophy and maybe be made clan leader. She is, as is my wont, a ridiculous combination of many things. So Conquest Paladin / Divine Soul Sorcerer / Rune Knight Fighter. Yeah, so we'll see. I based this on one of my builds that I called the Catch-22, and we'll see if it works as advertised. I have a feeling that Monty's going to throw me some curveballs that are going to make it maybe not as effective as I anticipated, but we'll see.
And Kelly?
And yeah, so I am bringing forward Cabe Axo. He is a Warforged Battlesmith Artificer. Um, I am not multi-classing this character. I have talked about this character on our stream and have been very excited to bring it to life. When we did our review of, or our build guide for the Artificer Battlesmith, I was playing around at home and realized that I could get insane AC on this character and combine some really cool abilities together to make what I thought was a pretty powerful look at how cool Artificers can be. So I'm hoping to advertise Artificers as not only a valid choice, but possibly a broken choice if you know how to use their magic items properly. So I'm bringing forward Cabe Axo. He was designed by Dwarven Architectures, who originally designed him to help in the forges, which is why he himself is an artificer. He was programmed to build things and help them out with building and tinkering, but was repurposed for dragon slaying. And they geared him up with the best armor they could find, the best weapons, and now he's been sent forward to help out with this dragon problem. And so hopefully he can do something with his new teammates.
Well, the three of you have been gathered in the great castles of the monarchs of Cydonia, where the mages of the illuminated chamber have agreed to send you as far as close as they can to the northern reaches. For in an ancient for known to the mages of the illuminated chamber is an old barrow outside the town of Taloth, where the dragon struck, that has a teleportation circle. But from there, it will be on you to travel north to Mount Hathag-Kla, where the dragon's lair is kept. It is only known that the dragon still maintains contact with the old sage, Baron Zaya the Wise, but what has become of the sage, none can say. The giants of course, of Narthos, that dwell in the area as well, normally peaceful and friendly, had become violent, so beware of them as you pass. Before you depart, you have prepared, we've given you all a few magic items. So if you want to, your characters are 13th level. Do you want to share with everyone the items that you brought along with you on your quest? And if there is anything else you would like to do before you will be setting off to the tundras?
Yeah, I kept it pretty simple. I like numbers, so for me it was a +2 maul and some adamantine plate armor, as well as I should probably mention, because some people are going to look at my character sheet maybe one day and be like, how come you have a 19 strength and a 20 charisma? That's and a 16 constitution. So Kelly's character was kind enough to loan me one of their infusions. So I do have some gauntlets of ogre power as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I picked up, I wanted some things that weren't numbers. So yeah, so I got some slippers of spider climbing, a wand of fireball, and an elemental gem that contains an air elemental. And popping out from my backpack, you can see the head of a little owl, and he grabs the elemental gem and then ducks back into the backpack. I do not wear armor, so I just have a shield, just a regular shield. So my character, before we go, make sure to spend a first level slot on mage armor, get his armor class up. And but before we go, he figures we should have a nice meal. So he prepares a hero a hero's feast for us to share.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
That's helpful.
Yes,
So that
Lynn
will make us all immune
partake heartily.
to poison and immune to being frightened, which can be helpful against dragons. Any wisdom saving throw we have will be made with advantage, and each of our maximum hit points increase by
Come
9.
on. All right.
Just under average. All right.
So Cabe Axo is going to be bringing with him an amulet of health. As the walking tank he is, a little bit different than Dennis Hopper. He's wearing all the armor. So he has his amulet of health, his cloak of protection, and his immovable rod. But he has also designed some of his own items that he carries with him. He has his enhanced defense plate, his enhanced weapon, a Morning Star, and he also has a repulsion shield. So he's carrying this sort of shimmering, mirrored shield that seems to radiate energy. He also, of course, designed gauntlets of ogre power for his friend, and is walking next to what looks like a robot dog, who he just calls Robot Dog. It's a good name, and that's his trusty companion that he built himself to come with him on this quest to help him out. Oh, I should also mention, lastly, he has a shimmering hammer on his belt that is his spell-storing item that is loaded with 8 castings of Vortex Warp in case he needs to toss people around the battlefield.
Nice.
So that's what Cabe is bringing. Yeah.
Okay. With all the preparations complete, the mages of the Illuminated Chamber gather you in the halls before the monarchs and incant the teleportation circle spell, opening the portal to the distant the distant barrows of Taloth. The portal shimmers open into, and you see through the other side a dusty and ancient cavern with flakes of snow sweeping through the air. What do you do?
Well, looks like maybe we should go in there.
¿Por qué hace tanto frío en las montañas aquí? Why is it so cold all the time here? My mountains are volcanic and they're always warm. Lynn will just walk through.
We could walk and talk.
I do not feel cold nor warmth, but it seems like it would be cold here to you folk.
Very well. And we will assume for these purposes that you are all dressed appropriately for the climate. I'm not gonna throw. That's a great way to
some fur lining on the plate.
Yeah,
I am wearing metal.
As you step through the portal, you immediately feel the chill in the air. Even Cabe Axo, the feeling of that cold metal. Like, you know, the feeling of cold metal against your skin? Well, you just are that feeling now.
But do I feel... My joints are sticking. I do not like this.
I think I will be heading up to Cabe and...
Do not. I recommend not doing that. You might get stuck.
Okay.
The cavern that you step into has the faint outlines of the teleportation circle as the glow diminishes from them in the center. There are several barrows that lead off to the tombs of the old druids who were all once buried here, and a snow-swept series of steps with just the faintest twilight illuminating down the passage. Despite the change in latitudes, with the change in latitudes, you know that you are now far enough north that you are in a region where 6 months of the year it is always night, and 6 months of the year it is always daytime. This happens to be the 6 months of the year where it is always night. And so as you step out into the night sky, there is just there you can see that there are clouds overcast overhead, but just as in the areas where they can part, you can see the shimmering of an octarine colored aurora borealis as the flakes of snow drift down around you. The swirling snow in the air as you come up, you are flanked by two large standing stones carved in ancient druidic symbols of warding. And as you stand up, one of the things that you notice immediately on the mound is that, well, there are two stones present here, both of them some possibly 50 feet in height and perhaps about 10 feet wide at their base, natural stones of hewn rock covered in shimmering patterns. There are cracks forming across the two stones, and there is a clear rent in the ground where a third stone has been toppled and dragged away down the hilltop. And as your vision gazes out, you see a great snowdrift has swept over the nearby village of Taloth. And with the snow in the twilight, with your dark vision, you can just make out where the light reflects off in the distance. But you can see that the rooftops of ruined buildings peek up through the snow of the nearby town. The old walls that protected the city cannot even be seen over the snowbank that has now fallen in place over them. And as you peer out into the twilight, there are eddies of snow being kicked up, and you can already see that the snow and the clouds are beginning to roll in thicker than before. But the path that this monolith was dragged in has dug such a trench in the ground that there is a clear divot in the snow heading out and downwards, so that you kind of see it's not like an even bank. It's enough that it heads off to the north and down the hill.
Not towards the village.
Not towards the village, no. Towards the north, where the distant Mount Hatheg Claw is said to lie.
I wonder if this could be related to Sardalot's madness.
Assumption: in order to drag off a monolith of this size, you would have to be quite large. Perhaps the giants in the region needed this monolith for some purpose.
Yes, something tells me that there is a relation. I say we follow the divot.
Yes, good idea. I start moving. Seem very relieved that you suggested moving.
I wonder if by the simple merit of being a Harengon, would it be too much to say that Dennis Hopper has some sort of like snow hair, or that can just lightly hop along the tops of the snow?
I'm not sure. He would
Legolas
certainly
style.
blend in pretty well, because I'd envisioned him as a white rabbit.
Where did he go?
You can kind of see the glow from the mage armor, and then a couple pink eyes behind it.
The path of the divot leads down into the ruins of Taloth, where in the midst of some of the wide ruined streets and the buildings whose rooftops have been completely blown off, you can see just the faintest here and there. You can catch sight of a hand reaching up in vain through the breaks in the snow. And in the distance, you can hear the sound of crashing rocks and a cry for help and a scream.
Someone needs our help! Dennis Hopper starts running.
Yeah, I just start running.
Trudge
Very well.
behind.
As you
We can't keep up with Dennis, but we'll go as fast as we can.
Okay.
I think you're probably as fast as I am for movement speed.
Okay. As the group of you all move forward, I will grab your tokens all together here. And okay.
Oh.
Heading through the snow and into the village and following along the divot, you catch sight in the distance of what looked to be, at first, 3 people trudging through the snow. They are clad in snowy furs and have 2 of them have long beards and carry swords with them. And it's only as you get closer that you realize that the perspective was off, and that these massive figures were not people, but giants trawling through the town, dwarfing the small villages. You see the 3 figures with madness in their eyes, smashing into the buildings as one hurls a rock, and you see one person clamoring out, and you can see the movement of several other people in the area clamoring out, desperate to escape, as one breaks out from the snow for a moment, just as it looks like one of the giants is going to pick up a piece of masonry and hurl it at the survivor. With that, we will roll for initiative.
Right into it.
Cool. All right. I just use paper for this. I don't bother with the fancy Roll20 trackers and stuff like that. So, what Colby, do we have a short form for your character's name?
Lynn. Yeah,
Lynn? Okay.
Lynn or Lean, if you wanted
Okay.
to say it with an accent, but Lynn is fine.
Great. What do you got for initiative?
16.
16? Dennis?
I rolled a 14, so that's 27.
Okay. And Cade?
It's 14.
14. Okay. And what do I got? Okay. Very well. And as is my custom, if you would each like to move, reflecting the fact that you would have caught sight of this, if you'd each like to move up to your speed right now to reflect a more natural movement before we begin the initiative order, go right for it.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Now, I failed to mention that I was planning on having a like a warhorse with me, but
let's get it.
But well, I'm actually second guessing myself there. I think I'll probably refrain based on something that I'm going to do, and because it complicates things, and it doesn't actually bring that much to the fight anyway.
Well.
So
very well.
So I'll pass.
Okay.
So you thought of having a warhorse.
I thought of having a warhorse in a previous life, perhaps.
It was a nice thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very well. Okay. So, seeing up ahead, I think it probably surprising no one. Dennis, you're first to go.
All right. So I will be moving a little bit closer. Look a little hesitant to do that, but I will. And then I will be casting a spell, which will be, surprise, surprise, conjure animals.
All right.
60 feet in front of me, a bunch of Velociraptors are going to appear. And then they are charging this first storm or this first it looks like a storm giant, might be a storm giant. And they're going to kind of a little bit surround it. So let me pull up some tokens here to show their places.
Okay, and you do have that. Excellent. Yes, we got it. Works.
And they will all attack.
All right.
6, 7, 8. And this will engage their pack tactics. So these will be with advantage.
Okay.
All right. Let's try out this macro. All right. So those will be their claw attacks. I'm not sure what armor class I'm going for. So Monty, you'll have to let me know how many hit.
Okay, let's see here. All right. We got a 17, 13. We got 4 hits in total across those.
Okay.
The 17, the 22, the 21, the 21, and the 18. Sorry, 5.
And then the bite attacks.
So we got 1. We got the 23, the 16, the 19, the 21, the 18, and the 23 of those all hit.
Was all hit. Oh, lovely. All right. So we had 5 claw hits, and we had 8 bite hits.
That's a fantastic macro.
Total of 56 damage.
All right.
And then I will continue my movement, by the way, but around, I see there's like a rock here. I'm going to try to duck behind it.
Cool. And just for purposes of clarification, because I can already tell people are going to be asking, we are allowing, we did go through an approved list letting Chris pick what he's going to summon with Conjure Animals. And for the purposes of simplicity, we're saying that Conjure Animals is just going to go immediately after Dennis's turn in the initiative order, because I can't be bothered rolling initiative for 8. for that's too much work. Okay.
Yeah, that was a woohoo moment during that.
Okay.
That was my turn.
Alrighty. Okay. So, as the mass of tiny velociraptors leap and rip into the legs of this massive storm giant, he growls out at seeing this all coming to all the creatures surrounding him, and he reaches his sword over his head, and there is a crack of thunder and lightning as a lightning strike calls down, and eyeing towards the source of where this spell came from, the crack of lightning thunders down from above, and it's a 10-foot radius. So I think that is going to, with Dennis Hopper, I think that's going to get both you and Lynn in the area of this 10-foot radius as the bolt of lightning comes down on the two of you.
So much for hiding behind a rock.
Danny, how many times do I have to tell you to stay close to me?
I need
protection.
I'm looking for dexterity saving throws from both of you.
Okay.
All right.
That's going to be
14?
19.
All right. Lynn,
I should be rolling on here.
that is a success for you, but Dennis Hopper, I'm afraid that's a failed save. That's 54 lightning damage.
Are there any bonuses to our saves from those paladin levels?
Well, yeah, but he wasn't within 10 feet.
Right? Yeah, so what I will be doing is I'll be hoping the gods favor me. And let's add 6 to that roll and make it a 20.
Okay. That is a success, but it's still half as much on a success on a failed save.
And then a quick reaction is cast, and I will absorb elements.
All right.
I think I'm going to do the same actually.
Yeah.
I'll reaction absorb elements there, and so it was 27
and
halved, right? So 13.
And then I will make a concentration save. Which is a 14, so
okay,
that's enough.
That should be more than enough in that case.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Okay. So, the second giant because I got more than one. Okay, there we go. So that's our first giant. He is well surrounded by those other little guys. And so he'll hold his position there. But the second giant, however, is going to come forward, moving up to here. And seeing the group of you ahead, he is going to drop his lightning strike, once also holding his sword above his head, dropping the strike of lightning soundly down upon Lynn. So Cabe and Lynn, I do need another dex save from both of you.
Okay.
As well as the steel defender.
Okay. What's my bonus to saves from you?
Sorry, +5.
+5. Nice.
What do we got?
Well, mine was a 14. I'm trying to remember if absorb elements gives you resistance until your next turn, or is it just on a single?
It's until your next turn.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I got an 18 and Robot Dog got a 20.
Okay, those are both. Cabe, you succeed your saves for both yourself and your steel defender, so that'll be half damage for you, so half of 54. And in Lynn's case, glad you still got that absorb elements, because that's half of 54 coming right on you as well.
I was gonna say I actually might burn my own favorite of the gods here. That doesn't require a reaction, right? No. So yeah, as a divine soul sorcerer, I'm gonna take advantage of that and see if I can't.
Okay.
2d4, make my save after all. So that's an additional 5, so 19.
That will turn it into a successful save.
Okay. So another. Sorry, how much was it? 54. So 13 again.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay. Sorry. All right, this guy's hit hard.
And the final storm giant, a woman cackling with laughter, comes forward over here, and just in a show of force, she's going to drop her lightning strike right down on all the Velociraptors.
Oof.
So I will center that on our friend here, and so all 8 of them. Do they have more than 27 hit points?
They do not, so there is no chance of them surviving.
This is going well.
I'm just going to move them over to the side. Oh, no, they're all disappearing. All right.
Because yeah,
this woman is crazy. She's hurting her own friends.
Doesn't seem like her ally took any damage from the lightning strike, as the lightning almost crashes into the other storm giant like a lightning rod, and the energy is absorbed. Lynn, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, Lynn's gonna look around and say, "You know what they say: fight giant with giant." So, as a bonus action, I'm going to use my giant's might. One instance of my giant's might, I should say, which lets me grow to large size.
All right, I think we can just grab your token there and expand it, right? Boom.
There we go. And then, they are a little too far away for me to close that gap. So I'm going to move up. Let's see. Got to make sure I can see the lines on the grid. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That right? And then I guess just with my action, I'm simply going to, I want to save these. I'm going to, let's see, what's the range on, okay, I'm going to toll the dead on the giant on the right that got hit by the Velociraptors.
All right, and I'm looking for a wisdom saving throw, correct?
Yep, DC of 18.
Okay. I get a 21.
What? Okay. Well, I don't have anything that lets me do half damage on cantrips, so the bell sounds, but it's more of a whimper. It's lost in the gale of the wind.
All right.
I hear gentle music. It's pleasing.
And finally, let's go to our good friend Cabe Axo. What are you gonna do?
Question for you, Lynn. Are you charging at these giants with a ferocity that makes it appear like you would like to get into combat with them?
Yes.
Cool.
Ideally.
Good to know. So Cabe is going to run 30 feet forward. His robot dog coming along beside him. And I clutch the hammer on the side of my belt. And I'm going to toss Lynn using Vortex Warp up to base contact with the giants.
I should have held my action. Oh, I already used my reaction. Never mind.
I felt like it was too metagamey for me to start asking when I was coming up with this plan during your turn.
That's fine.
But you might take some damage from giants, but it saves you having to keep running at them.
Yeah.
And I can't really do much else other than I have a frost attack that probably won't do a lot. But I feel like getting our paladin up to base contact is going to be.
All right, we'll see if I can survive the round.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
How far does that?
With Vortex Warp, I can warp you 90 feet.
Whew, okay. Well, let's go ahead and put me. I mean, the idea is to. Can I get like maybe here? Yeah. Are these bushes going to impede my? Is this like a tree, Monty, or could
I would say, imagine that the trees. This is like the top of the tree that has been buried by the snow at this stage. So we'll count it as difficult ground, but you can definitely move in there. Yeah.
Okay. I'll warp myself there.
Okay. Well, back around, Mr. Hopper. You're up.
All right. I am going to tactically. First, I'm a little panicked because I was told by Lynn to stay near Lynn. And
oh! I slingshot her forward, and I'm like, "Meet you up there."
It's like that works.
I think I'll move 20 feet to there, and then a bunch of Velociraptors appear again that I will put on the map very soon, and then I will head over to the side to try to get a little bit of something between me and maybe I'll stick my head in the snow. And then a bunch more Velociraptors appear.
Nice.
And
nothing if not persistent.
That's what Velociraptors are for.
Yeah, easy come, easy go.
To be summoned.
Now, in this case,
as the ashes of the last group of Velociraptors blow away in the wind, the summoning magic pulls them. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Like a phoenix. The ashes disappear and a new one is born.
And I do believe 4 of them are going to surround the one that I surrounded before.
Okay.
And 4 of them are going to surround this one with the mask.
Cool.
Good choice.
All right. And so what I'm going to do here is I'll roll the attacks all together, but the first 4 are claws, the second 4 are bites. So this will be on the initial target, the one I hit last time.
Right.
And this will be on the new target.
Okay.
And maybe spreading out these Velociraptors will prevent them from just getting
were those
blasted.
Crits? Those 24s?
There looks like I got 1 crit on each. And based on my math, I'm thinking I've got 4 hits in the first group. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits on the second group. Is that correct, Monty?
That's correct.
All right. So let's do, looks like 1 claw hit on the first one. And 3 bite hits. And 1 critical. So that will be a total of 22 damage.
Awesome.
And on the second one, We got 2 claw hits and 2 bite hits with 1 critical. It's my bite. There it is. So that'll be 20 points of damage to the other one.
Alrighty, 20 and 22. Well, as they appear in the air to lurch out and savagely rip into the flesh of the giants with their critical hits, as the others, in a flurry of claws and bites, tear away at the giants' limbs. The giants, though, shudder and cry out in enraged madness, and you hear utterances of the far speech echoing out from their voices, incomprehensible syllables as they scream blood-curdling cries. And this close you can see the strange, eerie octarine light barreling out of their eyes from here, when you can see it at this stage. And even their blood has taken on an otherworldly pallor. I'm going to have each of you roll me a d6 to find out how many of my giants recharge their lightning strikes.
No, a 2.
Roll. 4.
5.
All right, I get 1 lightning strike back.
Mhm.
Callie.
Sorry.
It's all right.
All right.
Nuts.
Okay. Well, in this case, the giants, giants surrounded as they are. The nearest giant to Yulin, seeing a worthy and large challenger coming towards him, is going to take his greatsword into his 2 hands and bring the blade down upon you with a pair of strikes.
You're fine. Don't worry. If you get really hurt, I'm going to feel really bad for slingshotting you up there.
And that's going to be...
Don't hit hard. Don't worry about it.
And that's going to be a 29 and a 22 to hit.
Yeah, I'm going to burn a shield spell so
Okay.
that only the 29 hits.
All right. The blade crashes down into you for 30 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
The furthest one, she takes out her large blade that is more of a glaive than anything else, and mechanically they're just going to be the same, and she's just going to swat away 2 of the Velociraptors, getting a 28 and a 20 to hit the Velociraptors, each hit for 30 damage.
2 raptors die.
All right, she will take out the ones closest to the others here. And my last giant, seeing the approaching the situation here, he's recharged his lightning strike. He's going to throw it down on you, Cabe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Give me a dexterity saving throw for yourself and your steel defender.
Oh, and I don't have my +5 because I slingshot my +5 away. All right. Oh, good. That's a natural 20 there. Okay, we're doing all right. So Cabe gets a 22.
Okay.
And his steel defender gets a 16.
Your steel defender fails.
Oh,
but you
no.
succeed. Your steel defender takes 54 lightning damage, and you take 27.
Well, that's a shame. My robot dog is dead. Oh wow. Broken characters, right? You know, it's so powerful.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Sorry, how much did I take? Half of that?
Yeah, half, so 27.
If my steel defender is dead, can I cast mending on it? Or no, I need to use an action.
Yeah.
don't I?
I think you need to
you
use
can-
a spell slot.
You can bring it back with a spell slot.
Ugh, okay. All right. Cabe is immediately sad. He mourns very quickly.
All right, Lynn, we're over to you.
All right. Whew. The situation is a little dire. All right. So Lynn is going to cast. Well, first of all, I'm going to quicken spell as a bonus action and cast Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
And I'm going to put that cloud, we'll say right here.
Okay, let me get you a token here.
Let me mark off one of my spell slots. Oh, sorry. And I'm going to, by the way,
Upcast it.
yes, I'm going to cast that at the.
Might want to save your highest spell slot level.
Yeah,
for
this is only the first encounter. Well, we'll do it at the second level.
Okay, I'm worried that the spell effect that I have might not show up very well on the white, so I'm just going to grab
Okay.
something a little different.
Sure.
Yeah,
That
we'll just
works.
use that. That's where you wanted it, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'd like to move. I'd like to position myself opposite. Can I put myself here with the Velociraptor there, or
The Velociraptor is tiny.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
can
okay.
move through its space. Yeah.
okay? So I'll position myself there, and I'm going to take a swing.
All right.
But I'm not actually going to make an attack. I'm going to cast Booming Blade
Okay.
and make that my attack.
Go for it.
So let's see. Wish me luck, boys.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you. That is a 16 plus what's my to hit?
16 is what
so
you
that's a-
needed. So
It's a 27 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay. So because I have the Crusher feat and the creature in front of me is no more than one size larger than myself, right? Because they're huge.
Mhm.
I'm going to push them into the Cloud of Daggers
Nice.
with that attack. But as far as the damage of the attack itself goes, sorry, I should just roll this in what's it called? Ooh, nice rolls. That's 18 damage.
How much of that is thunder damage?
Ooh, good question. So that's that was just the weapon.
Okay, just the weapon? Great.
And that's actually plus no, I already accounted for that. Okay, so yeah, 18 damage from the maul. And then the thunder damage would be hold please.
maybe irrelevant.
It
The
may be
thunder
irrelevant,
damage is irrelevant.
but
Yeah, but
anyway,
just making
it's
sure.
8.
Yeah. Yes, the unperturbed by the crash of thunder, the physical blow though still damages him.
Okay. And it still moves into the Cloud of Daggers,
Okay.
right? And so it would take, upon entering, Cloud of Daggers would be an additional 10 of slashing damage
All right.
from Cloud of Daggers.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with the old 4E bloodied, but I usually use that to as an indicator. So our first giant is bloodied.
And you can not allow this if you want, and especially since you just told me that they were bloodied. My intent was to smite as well. I didn't say that, so if we want to say sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
No worries.
I'm going to blow I'm just going to do, I'm actually going to do a second level smite.
Okay.
So giving me d8. A 13, plus 1 is 14. 14 more damage.
Nice. Alrighty. There we are. Anything else from Lynn?
No, I think I need to save whatever other resources I have to try and survive one more round.
All right. Cabe, we're over to you.
Oh boy. They're still so far away. I'm gonna run my 30 feet towards them. And Cabe, a little sort of opening appears on his chest, and he fires a syringe out, which launches out towards Lynn and into her neck and injects her with haste. It's what is it? It's like a booster.
Get your boosters.
Get your boosters.
Yeah, I love it.
So you get hit in the neck with a syringe, and suddenly you feel invigorated with supernatural speed, and you also gain.
Be careful,
plus-
that's addictive.
It is. Everybody likes a little bit of haste, right?
Subtext.
+2 to your AC, advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you get an additional action each turn.
Yes, that can be used for one weapon attack only if I decide to take the attack action, right? Yeah, Lynn is like,
I actually
ow!
don't think you need to take the attack action to get the extra attack from haste.
Yeah, it just says it gains an additional action on each of its turns that can be used to take the attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action. So you could Booming Blade and still get an extra attack in.
Right.
And you can smite on that attack if you want.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, Lynn's like, ow! Oh, I feel wonderful.
All right. Well, anything else, Gabe?
That is it.
All right. Dennis, we're over to you.
All right. Dennis is going to move into this top of this tree and try to hide as his action within the tree. And I will make that check.
All right. Go for it.
16 on that.
Okay.
Where did
And
the rabbit go?
the Velociraptors they sense blood. So they're going to head down here. They can attack this, or they can all attack the same one.
Okay.
So there's 5 and 5. So these will be claws, and these will be bites.
Ooh.
Oh,
Some good rolls.
that's
There we
3
go.
crits.
2, 3, 4. It looks like all 5 of the claws hit.
Yep.
And 2 of the bites.
Yep, that's correct.
So claws and bites. So 34 damage.
Nice. Okay. Just blood oozing from all the ripping wounds across its body. Would you like to do anything else? You use your action to hide.
That is correct.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of bloodied, does Lynn look bloodied?
How much metagaming do we allow at this table?
You guys are fine to communicate your hit points.
I look about half bloodied, half health,
Halfway?
maybe roughly.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to consider that a critical emergency yet. All right.
Okay. Well, coming on to our storm giants. Why don't you help me check for recharges, boys?
No.
Uh-oh.
Low rolls, low. 1.
What do we got?
1
1?
4.
for me.
1.
Oh.
Oh, too bad.
Oh, too bad.
Double ones.
Next
I'm
turn they're
snake
all
eyes.
gonna recharge. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. Let's see here. My first cloud giant up here is going to finish off 2 of these Velociraptors back up here. So she's gonna take out her blades and getting a 20 and a 31. Slicing away the raptors that are destroying her friend.
Okay.
The other here, he's going to break away and he's going to charge Cabe.
Oh no!
He will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
one.
the Velociraptor snaps at him. I think it's just one will reach. I don't think the other one is close enough. Yeah. All right, so nope.
Alrighty, and
that was a damage roll. I'm sorry. Let's do it this way instead. There, 16. Oh, that is
it is a hit.
All right. Well,
So
might as well.
4 damage from the damage.
Four
roll?
damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit of damage on the board. He took some hits before. So Cabe, I hope you like a 28 and a 26 to hit.
I cast shield, and none of them hit.
Just this giant sword comes down, and just with the energy of the shield.
Yeah, I hold up my shimmering shield, and it like extends to cover all of me, and the blade just bounces off. And Cabe doesn't seem too perturbed by any of that.
Our other storm giant here, he still got you in his reach, Lynn. Now, does he take damage at the start of his turn for starting
Yes.
in the Cloud of Daggers? Okay.
Yes, so
Okay.
let me roll that. It is, come on, good rolls. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of ones. 6 damage.
Hey,
Every bit counts.
every bit counts. But you're gonna take two greatsword hits as well, for a 24 and a 29.
All right, I'm going to, as a reaction, let's see here.
Remember
I'm
your
gonna have to
+2
choose.
for haste.
Yes.
I don't know if it helps, but
It wouldn't, unfortunately. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to blur. I'm going to, again, fighting giant with a giant. I'm going to burn my cloud giant rune.
Okay.
My cloud rune, which is going to make the roll of 29 target the giantess behind him instead.
Oh, okay. Nice
As a reaction.
play. Nice play.
But I'm going to eat that 24.
Okay, that'll be 30 damage.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's the onslaught of the storm giants. Lynn, we're over to you.
Okay. All right. So Lynn is going to step up here so she can have reach. And she's just going to make some weapon attacks. She's going to, now I get 3 of them. Yes?
Yep.
Okay. So first attack is going to be a 24 to hit.
It connects. Yep.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty clear they're AC 16. So.
Right. I'm just stalling while I try and remember what my damage is. That's going to be 15 damage.
Okay.
None of that. That's just weapon damage. Magical maul +2 weapon damage.
Okay.
Second attack is a crit.
Whoa.
nice.
Oh, I wish I would have had that earlier. I'm tempted to smite because that's what you do, but I think I might not need it. So I'm just going to talk out loud while I figure out how much damage I do.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 10 plus, ooh, good rolls. 1 plus 6, 27 damage.
All right. The thunder's blow rocks through the giant's body, but he still stands with a stagger.
Okay. For my third and final, thanks to haste, weapon attack, I will swing, and that is a 16. Oh boy. Okay, so 16, and that's not a great weapon. Oh goodness, that's bad. That is 9 damage.
All right. Anything else?
I mean, I feel dirty for saying it, but can I smite on that third hit?
Go for it.
All right, I'll smite then. I'm just going to do a first. I'm going to do a first level smite. So that's 2d8, and that is 13 more damage.
All right.
Still alive?
The giant
These things are
stands
beefcakes.
barely. All right.
Guess I should have smote on my crit after all.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Overconfident.
Yeah. Yeah. As the giant stands staggering, Cabe, what will you do?
Cabe is going to. You know what? Yeah. Cabe is going to As his shield goes up and he blocks those attacks from the giant, he blinks out and he's going to Misty Step.
And before you continue,
Yeah.
and Monty, I'm throwing myself at your mercy here. I've completely forgotten, and this is the peril of starting with a level 13 character that you've never played before, right?
Yeah.
You forget all of the things that you can do. I've not been adding the extra d6 of damage once per turn from Giant's Might. I'm just, if you will allow it, I'll roll it. If not, that's totally fine, and we'll just move on, and I'll chalk it up to experience.
That could change my turn.
Roll it. Roll me a d6.
All right. It might not even matter, but 4.
All right.
Does he die?
He does.
All right.
Son of a... If I were remembered last time, maybe it would have mattered, but whatever.
Okay, what are you going to do?
Actually, thank you for pausing me for a second. I'm actually changing my mind. With the raptors there, with you there, I'm pretty sure that giant
I don't think it's going to make it.
Yeah, it's taken care of. So I'm going to start working. Usually I like to focus fire, but I'm going to start working on the next guy. So I'm just going to come in here, and I miss my little robot defender. But that's okay. We're gonna hit this guy with my Morning Star. So I'm gonna just start laying into him with a few attacks.
Okay.
So first attack, I get a 29 to hit. I know that hits. So let's do 9 damage. But hold on, also level 13 character trying to learn my abilities. I'm going to use Arcane Jolt to add an additional 2d6. So that's
right.
9. It's going to be 17 damage.
Okay.
And do artificers have multi-attack? No.
Yeah, you do. You're
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, okay.
Level 5, you get it.
Remembering characters.
I'm like going through my features and traits right now. Like, where does it say? Okay, cool. Then
Artificers don't, battlesmiths do.
Battlesmiths do.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm going to attack again. Getting a no. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I have a great plus to hit. I keep forgetting that. So that's going to be 16 to hit.
Also a hit.
For another 13 damage.
Nice. Smashing into the kneecaps of the giant, it cries out in pain, but soldiers on.
And that's my turn.
All right. Back up to Dennis Hopper, hiding in the bushes.
Yeah,
there's some sort of joke there about a rabbit hiding in the bushes. I don't know what it is, but
a rabbit in the bush is worth more than 2 in the... No.
Yeah. When an ear pops out, 2 ears pop out. He looks out, sees that there is... he thought he had saw a cave move away from that giant. He's very relieved that it was just a trick of the eye.
Would have left you open, yeah.
So he pulls out his wand, and a stream or a little bead of fire heads up into the sky, well above the heads of the giants up by Lynn, and it explodes, and just right above Lynn's head, there's like intense heat as a 3rd level fireball.
From your wand?
From my wand.
All
Nice.
right, I got 2
Oh,
saves.
you're casting it up so it hits the giants.
Yeah, because they're tough.
I love that.
Well, the top giant gets a natural 20 on their saving throw, but the other gets a 12.
Ooh.
So
can we reverse that? 'Cause we know that the bottom one only has 2 hit points.
I am going to hold on. I think I can do this. I'm going to use silvery barbs.
Oh, incurring the wrath of the angry mob
On the giant that rolled a 20.
Colby, we got to do it.
Well, I I get a 14.
What's the
did I do
DC
it?
On the
on the fireball?
wand, I
Is
believe
it DC?
I believe
15.
it's just mine. Yeah. So that is a
DC
failure.
15.
Okay.
Silvery Barbs did it.
Woo!
All right.
Overpowered. Ban it. I'm kidding.
Banhammer. Okay.
I'm kidding.
Fireball damage
That
is
Silvery Barb spell used a reaction and did 9 hit points damage.
all right. Well, every little bit helps.
It all helps. All right,
but the fireball explodes in midair, shearing off the storm giant's beard and part of its jaw, and it's the top part of its body burned, and the rest of it collapses to the ground.
Nice.
And these Velociraptors, then looking very excited, start swarming this one up here.
Okay.
And claws are first, bites are second. Looks like 2 claws and 2 bites, 1 crit. So, 2 claws, 2 bites, and a crit. So another 27 damage.
Nice. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
All right. Well, I only got 2 recharges this time, so so we'll have our two guests, gentlemen. Do you want to both roll them?
Oh, so much less pressure on me.
Not all that much. Kelly,
3.
if you like, it's okay. 1. That's good.
All right. Just gonna be pressing the attack then. Well, she's gonna conveniently ignore these little raptors and go for the bigger prize.
Okay. Does she pass through?
They hungrily use their reactions.
She's not gonna pass through the cloud of daggers though.
So I believe 3 of them will get attacks of opportunity. That's correct.
All but the furthest right one, yeah.
And I get a critical hit and a 30 to hit.
Oh, son of a...
You should cloud... Oh, right.
Yep, used it already.
Oh, wait, it should only be the first 3.
Well, I mean, the reality is... All right, how about this? I will use my reaction to also cast Silvery Barbs on... No, wait. I'm forgetting how the spell even works. That's just... It's for saving throws, but can it be used for attacks as well?
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
I mean, I might die anyway, or at least go unconscious, that is, depending on what I turn that crit into. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I just conserve my spell slots and go unconscious.
Might be the way to go.
Yeah. So yeah, Lynn just...
All right.
I want to mention that 16 damage from opportunity attacks from the Velociraptors.
Alrighty. I got that noted in there. Nice. Yeah, the
Cloud of Dagger's gone.
2 hits,
obviously,
for 60 damage. Total.
Yep.
30 damage.
She is out.
And you're too far away from me to help.
All right, Cabe, we got 2 attacks coming in on you as well.
All right,
and that's going to be a 27 and a 16.
The 27 hits.
All right, for 30 damage.
All right. I am going to wait, I cast Silvery Barbs this turn, so I already used my reaction, right?
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Never mind.
All right, Lynn, let's get that death save rolling.
Whew. All right. Natural 20. Where were you when I needed you most?
Wait, really?
Well, right now, because you get up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like
really
that was when you needed the 20.
This is when you need the natural 20.
This is when you need the 20.
I forgot that pops you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're okay.
So
I like how disappointed you
I know. I was like, oh, man.
20 now.
That's the most
Just on a death
disappointed
save?
reaction I've ever heard to rolling a natural 20 on a death save.
Yeah. So anyway, I
You
guess,
take a sword to the face and got back up. Cabe is impressed. It must
That's
be the
funny.
adrenaline shot I gave you.
Yeah, and
that's
I guess
right.
you would still be under the effects of haste.
Yeah, that doesn't go away as long as he's concentrating on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You were KO'd swiftly.
Nice.
That said, the roll is at the end of your turn, so
Yeah.
we need to see how well you do in the meantime. So, Cabe, it is your turn. You see,
Can I pretend like I'm still unconscious?
do you yeah, because you don't automatically stand up yet.
Right.
We'll see what happens, I guess.
Okay.
Cabe, what are you gonna do?
I'm just going to keep laying into this this giant in front of me. So my first attack, I get a 23 to hit.
That's
For
a hit.
9 damage, and I'm going to attack again. That's going to be a 16 to hit. For, you know what? Let's use another arcane jolt. For 19 damage.
Nice. Okay. Anything else, Cabe?
I am just going to hold my ground and keep this giant occupied.
All right, Dennis, we're over to you.
All right. Well, I see what happened to Lynn, and I come to realize that I did not do a good enough job protecting my friends. So I'm going to do a better job protecting my friends. So I drop concentration on Conjure Animals, and then I cast a 5th level spell. That is Conjure Animals. And 16 Velociraptors appear around this giant. And then they destroy it. All right.
Great. I love it. At first, I thought you were about to like bust out healing or something.
I
but
wanted to leave you in suspense. That was
it was suspenseful, and the twist ending was brilliant.
all right. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They can share space.
I think you can
12.
actually get 16 around. You can definitely get 16 around a huge creature.
Doesn't really matter. 15, 16. All right. So this is going to hurt. Not me. All right. So here's 8 bites. Here's 8 more bites. Here's 8 claws. And here's 8 more claws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hits with claws. So there's 8 plus 4 more. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 hits with bites. And there was 1 critical on a claw, so I'm just going to roll that d4 too. Why not? 34, 44, 51, 91, 95, 105, 112, 114.
Wow.
Sweet. Go Velociraptors, go!
And then I duck
Wow.
my head back down into the bush, into the leaves.
Wow.
And this is why sometimes so many DMs decide to choose the
Wait till I use my
creatures that
7th
get
level
summoned.
slot on
It's so
Conjure Animals.
delightful. I'm truly delighted.
This is why we're here. For
Yeah.
moments like this.
All right.
And I will say, if I had used the 7th level slot, it would be twice as many as there are now.
32.
I love it.
I'm here hitting my giant with like a stick, and I just look over and see the other giant just like with a wave of
Sea of
velociraptors.
Velociraptors.
Just
Yeah.
Zerglings.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Yeah. I just look down at my stick.
Okay, but the giant is still alive.
I'm
Imagine
guessing
that.
less happy.
Significantly less happy. This would be, honestly, I think this would be pretty terrifying. To just be...
Now I should say I haven't ended their turn yet. So after they complete that, one of them provokes an attack of opportunity. Moving over here.
All right.
Oh.
We'll take it. Getting a 27 for 30 damage.
Okay, and so it dies, and then the other half of them are also going to head down there, not provoking attacks of opportunity, but splitting them up effectively enough so that. All right, so this one is dead. You haven't removed one yet, right, Monty?
I have not removed any of the.
All right, I will remove it.
Yeah.
There, it's gone. All right, so 2, 4, 6, 7. So 7 are down there, 7 up here, or 8 up here. Okay, just in case they're lightning striking.
Well, let's find out if they are. Kelly and Colby, roll me a d6, please.
Ah,
Come on, baby.
3.
5.
No.
All right. All right. Well, we got 2 left. So Trianmuk, why don't you roll me a d6 on a 1 to 3? It's the woman who recharged. On a 4 or 5 or 6 is the other one.
It is the other one.
Okay.
No.
Sorry.
Well, he's going to drop a lightning strike on himself. So he holds his sword over his head, and the lightning just comes down, flowing around his body, and shocking away all the Velociraptors. And Cabe, I need a save from you.
All right. Ooh, 21.
You succeed, so that's 27 lightning damage.
I'm still concentrating on
Haste.
haste.
I need a concentration check for that.
That's going to be 22.
Good enough. Now, up over here, we got a giant that just got horrifically mauled by Velociraptors, and definitely does not have the presence of mind to notice that Lynn is still alive on the ground.
I think that was more effective than a cure wounds.
Absolutely. Especially since I regained consciousness.
Yeah. So our storm giant friend here is and now you did come out of hiding though, Dennis, because you fireballed.
Yeah, my little head is sticking up. I'm getting as much cover as I'm able to do.
So our storm giant friend, despite the disadvantage, is going to hurl a rock at you. Getting a 22 to hit with the disadvantage.
All right. And I cast the shield spell, and it is deflected.
Wow.
Everybody's
packing shields.
Everyone's got shields.
If you didn't pack shield, you're not allowed to be called an optimized character.
All right. With that is the Storm Giant's turn. Lynn, we're over to you.
All right. So I was double checking this, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't look like Giant's Might actually goes away if
you're correct.
Lose consciousness. So I'm still large and benefiting from Giant's Might, which is great. So yeah, she just stands up with a roar, like, "Is that all you've got?" And is gonna take some swings. I'm still hasted as well.
Yeah.
So let's see. That's gonna be a well, no, never mind. I'm gonna save that. That's a 16 to hit, and a 20 to hit, and a 18 to hit.
We'll keep the hit rolls, assuming that you're going to continue the attacking, but please resolve the damage roll separately. I'll let you just to see. Yeah.
Okay. So first, my goodness, that was nice. So, and I'm adding the Giant's Might damage this time, remembering. So that's 21 damage on the first attack.
Yep.
Second attack is, come on. Oh, not nearly as good. 14 damage.
And you spring to your feet with 2 swipes of your blade. The giant is felled.
Nice. So she goes falling down with all these velociraptors clinging to her. As they're like, ang, 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 ang. I'm like, bien hecho, hijitos, vámonos. And she's going to then use her movement to run down here with my 1 hit point and make that third attack, whatever that third attack roll was.
It was definitely a hit.
And I think it was an 18.
Yeah. And this one is for, okay, nope, that's just plus 16 damage.
All right. That leaves our last giant well bloodied as well. Cabe, what do you got?
Cabe is going to skirt around the giant so that he is next to large Lynn. And I am...
That's my new nickname, Large Lynn.
It makes me think of Big Linda from...
That's what all the boys used to call me when they wanted to tease me back home.
I'm sorry. I did not mean it as an offense. You are just very large right now. And I'm going to grab your ankle. I don't know how big you are. I think I'm imagining you're way bigger than you actually are. But I grab your ankle and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on you.
Nice.
I don't want you dying right now with 1 hit point.
Might happen anyway, the way these guys are hitting.
Well, fair enough. I mean, this isn't going to be that much, but it might save you. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Can I upcast this? Yeah, that's probably worth it. Let's do a 2nd level spell. Let's make it 2d8. That's plus spellcasting ability modifier. So that's that's going to be 18.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if that'll keep you alive, but it's better than 1 hit point. And yeah, now I'm next to you as well. So
yes, so you can benefit from.
We're helping each other out.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Dennis, we're over to you.
All right. So he pops his head out, sees the giant, points at him, and says, "Get him!" And then he hides back in the thing with his stealth roll. The 20. And they seem quite intent on that. They have to dash this turn, so they will not attack. But they will dash, and then they surround him.
All right.
And do everything they can to make themselves obvious targets.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's get to the storm giant. Kelly, why don't you give me that recharge roll?
Yeah, I failed last time.
It's a 2.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, in this case, what we will do then is Lynn's brought this giant. He's brought all the damage, so he's going to drop 1 hit on Lynn to start. Going to be a 28 to hit.
Yeah. Shield's not going to help that.
But my Sentinel is. I mean, it's not going to help you, but it's going to allow me to make an attack.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
That's good.
Are you going to take that attack?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Are you good? Are you done that action? Are you good? I got a 26 to hit.
That does hit. But
Yes.
but Sentinel still goes through. I still get the attack still hits Lynn for 30 damage.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I just get to attack you and hit you for 11 damage.
Okay. Then he'll do the second attack on you, Cabe, which is going to be a 29.
I'm going to cast shield, and that's
No,
going to
you're
miss.
not.
No,
Right, because I
Use your
just used...
reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And you're going to take
It's a
30
rapier
damage.
attack.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Cape goes down.
Yeah, Lynn's out again.
All right.
She's like, boink, 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 boink.
Uh-oh.
She's whack-a-mole.
Oh, that cure
How's it
wounds
going,
didn't
guy?
do.
Oh,
And haste is now gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Dennis, can you bring this home?
At least the Velociraptors are alive. That's all that
Dennis
matters.
is going to remain hidden. And the Velociraptors are going to chew this thing bad. All right, here we go.
Nice.
So 2, 4, 6, 7 claw hits, 2, 4, 6 bite hits. So 7 claws. Come on, 7 claws and 6 bites. Uh, 57 damage.
Oof. Alrighty. Not looking too good, but
Oh, he's still up.
he's still
Alrighty.
up. Yep.
And one more thing happens before his turn.
Okay.
Is an owl peeps out of the back of my backpack.
Okay.
Grabs one berry in each claw, and it flies
Oh,
over to Lynn's mouth and sticks one of its talons in Lynn's mouth with a good berry.
All right. Sure. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right. The storm giant. Well, in this case, the storm giant. Chris, let's get you to roll the recharge.
Okay. 6.
oh no. Oh no. Oh
All
no.
right.
Just got a hit point.
Don't worry, the Velociraptors will.
And your stealth roll was a 20?
It was a 20.
Okay. You're lucky. These guys have passive perception 19. So in this case, our friendly storm giant is going to blow away all the Velociraptors, which is also going to do two shocks on Cabe and Lynn. So that's going to be a that'll knock you down again, Lynn, I'm afraid. And Cabe, that will be a death saving throw failure.
Sweet. Love it. We're doing great. My AC has proven. You think
Artificers are a little overpowered.
All right. So Lynn and Cabe, death saves from both of you.
Yeah. Come on, I want another 20.
I got an 8.
11.
All right. So Cabe, you got 2 death save failures total.
Yep.
That's
I'm
not good.
gonna start looking at my other characters that I have ready.
All righty. But we do come back to Dennis.
Yeah. Yes, we do. All right. This is. You two need to stop dying.
I'm trying.
I have yet to die. I've just gone unconscious 3 times. There's a big difference.
And my owl has been toasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boy. How close to dead does this guy look?
Was he bloodied?
He was bloodied and is staggering. Yeah.
I think I gotta hope that just Kelly makes it. I cast a Conjure Animals with the 3rd level slot. 8 Velociraptors appear on his face and start
All
on his
right.
face.
All right.
I'm not even gonna put the things on.
Yeah, we'll see
Right?
what happens. Yeah.
Probably not necessary. All right, I've got 1, 2, just 2 claw hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 bite hits. So the bites.
I think that's 8. No, never mind. You're right. Because the 10.
And the claws. 45 damage.
That's enough.
Nice.
I have moved as far as I can go.
The last giant
and-
drops to
yeah.
the ground.
And
Death
I'm like
by-
shouting, "Don't die! Don't die!"
Death by 1,000 cuts.
There's oil pouring out of me.
All right. Well, it looks like we will need death saves though. One round of them before at least we can get anything.
I really got another 11. That's crazy.
Okay, here's a question.
Okay.
Does Flash of Genius, which affects
I-
saves,
I think you got to be conscious to use it though.
doesn't specify that. When you or another creature you can, I guess, can I see me? Wait, I'm aware of myself. Okay, I've made my argument. When you or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an ability check or saving throw, you can use your reaction to add 4 to the roll. I have rolled a 7,
Okay.
so the +4 would turn it into an 11.
Normally, you can't take reactions when you're unconscious.
Yeah.
Then,
Our robot dies.
So I walk up to the robot and I go, "Don't die!" Oh, you died. And
my eyes are now X's.
and I cast Revivify.
Thank goodness
I have
somebody
used
came
all my
prepared.
3rd level slots, so I have to use a
Yeah.
4th level slot on Revivify. But yeah, you come back with a hit point.
I thank you.
And I'm stuffing a good berry in Lynn's mouth.
Oh man.
He's up.
Well,
You guys really got hurt.
with that.
Yes, well, not all of us are able to hide in bushes.
I am made of
I'm
armor,
very small.
and it did nothing.
With that, I think we will take our break right there. We'll see y'all in
Cool.
15 minutes.
All right, sounds good. So I had a few reasons I want to play a Shepherd Druid here. First was I thought the party would need damage. They did need damage. The second thing I wanted was a little bit of healing. They did need a bit of healing. I wanted to be able to cast Revivify. They did need Revivify. But I also wanted to show that summoning doesn't have to take up a ton of time. So here I've used the maximum number of summons. This is what, you can go to any YouTube channel, even mine, and the warning is that sometimes these really bog down gameplay, and I have absolutely DM'd for players, and when their turn comes up, they don't know what's going on. Then they have to go through a big list to determine what creatures they want. They think about where they need to go. Then the damage rolls take forever. So I just wanted to show what could happen here. I always made sure that I knew what was happening when my turn started. I tried to pre-plan as much as I could, and I developed a macro so I could roll these things faster on Roll20. If you want to see the macro, it's in the video description. And what it ended up working out as, so my damage per round was 51.86 DPR. That was lowered a significant amount because one of the turns I did 0 damage. This is another thing that you're not always told, is sometimes summons do 0 damage, right? Because they have to get into position. So yeah, sometimes they do 0 damage, but overall the damage was good. 52 per round about. A little bit of that was fireball damage, but it was almost entirely conjure animals. The second thing is my average turn time in that combat was 2 minutes and 11 seconds. The average turn time for the other two players was 2 minutes 17 seconds. So I was right on the average, even tiny bit below, but basically average turn time. So that's something, if you're going to play a summoner, I highly recommend, is see how quickly you can take your turns. It just helps everyone by not bogging down gameplay.
15 minutes later.
And we are back from our short rest. We have restocked on our consumables. We're going to play some more D&D. As Cabe shudders back to life with a jolt, the howling wind around you is one of the last is the sound that takes over after the sound of battle falls down. Around you, digging themselves out of the snow, come several of the survivors of the village of Taloth, who thank you for slaying these giants that had been picking off what survivors remained. They speak in whispers as they tell of the devastation wrought by the dragon, and the few villagers that have survived remark on how the obelisk that is missing from the hill above the town, some saw it being dragged off by several of the giants days before. So it towards the ominous Mount Cadath, which they tell you is about a full day's journey away, so through the tundras and the storms. What will you do? Do you have any questions for any of the folk around, or anything that you'd like to do in the immediate? We'll assume that you've had time for a short rest at the very least.
Okay.
As Cabe sits up, he picks his arm off the ground and starts reattaching it, screwing it back on, and he looks around at all the villagers, and his first question is everybody safe? Is everybody okay?
The town has been decimated. Only a handful of stragglers remain, still trying to pick through the wreckage of what remains of the town of Taloth. Several of them and some of the elders amongst the village, amongst the townsfolk, gather back up around the barrow mounds where you came from, scavenging for what supplies they can. The people here are not okay, but they will have to survive given what has happened. But they have survived.
I worry little about my own wounds, as I can patch those up as I need be, and I try to take care of any of the villagers who are hurt. I'm also going to approach my steel defender who looks fried, and I'm going to reconstruct him as well.
Okay.
Lynn will just walk up to the giant, the one that she landed that final blow on, and cut off one of their big toes. Take it as a trophy. Say, my clan might appreciate this, but perhaps there is a bigger prey yet.
Ah, giant toe, a delicacy in some locations. Do you plan to eat it?
I don't know if you guys know this, but Heroes Feast only lasts for 24 hours.
Are you saying we should go?
Yes, good.
Oh, I don't mean to pressure you or anything.
Let me just reattach this other leg, and we'll be on our way.
Good point, Danny. We ought to follow the trail and see what we can find.
All right.
I'm good at following trails.
Well, it is there as you head out into the tundra. There is one landmark that in the distance you can follow. For as you do leave the village of Taloth and the survivors there, the clouds on the night sky begin to dissipate, and a brilliant aurora appears in the skies above Mount Hathagkla, and it illuminates the snowy tundra, sending glittering across the field, and you can even see in the distance under the aurora the glittering peaks of Hathagkla, even in the night sky as you come towards it. Occasionally you pass through as you travel forward. There are areas where the snow melts away into fields of hot springs, geysers, and geothermic vents that send a steaming mist up through the night sky, actually making the areas around them quite warm and hospitable, despite the frigidness of these northern areas. And so the journey is one of several hours, and with the permanent state of twilight that these northern lands are kept in, it is difficult to tell what time of day it is, but it is after some 6 or 7, 8, possibly 8 hours of traveling that you find that you begin to approach the slopes of Mount Cadath. Oh, sorry, of Mount Hathig-Kla. Getting my Lovecraftian mountains mixed up. Mount Hathig-Kla. Here, the glacier-like peaks around the sort of the foothills of the mountain where the dragon's lair is said to lie are all manner of hot springs in luscious tiers of water. So what you'll see are like these tiers of pools forming up in rock formations that are in a strange hexagonal shape with pillars of basalt and crystal. That the stone themselves between the pools of water is this strange sort of like hexagonal pillars, almost as if it was built, but it's a natural formation of the geothermal rock in this in this area. And so from here, there are sort of these paths of these geothermic rock formations that lead between pools of hot water. With this much travel, having traveled through the day, as you are on the slopes of the mountain, if you did want to take a long rest, this would be your opportunity to do it.
Well, that seems like an invitation to me.
I will take a long
I would
rest.
love to take a long rest.
I'm good to still go, but if you guys want to take a long rest, I'm okay with it.
I mean,
I have exhausted much, and I'm exhausted.
I guess maybe when we get back, we should ask those mages why they didn't just teleport us here.
Well, perhaps they knew about the giants and they wanted us to kill them as well. This village is probably important.
The short answer is that they teleported you to the teleportation circle.
All right.
maybe they should be better mages and learn to teleport us places that don't have circles.
Well, the folk in this world that could cast the teleport spell would be mighty indeed.
Let me ask a question. I'm sorry. But this is actually fairly relevant to whether we take a long rest or should take a long rest. You had very generously said I had components to cast spells that were costly. Do I have enough components to do another Hero's Feast?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. We're going to have the Hero's Feast before the long rest, people. We'll use my 7th level slot. 8-hour long rest should last 16 hours after the rest is complete.
Okay.
All right. Well, you are able to spend, despite the rough weather of the surrounds, the area that you are in though now is still quite nice with all the hot springs. As you drift off into sleep, you are all able to get the benefits of a long rest. We won't worry too much about the details of camping out.
Increase your maximum hit points by 14.
Okay.
Ooh.
Also, I don't sleep, so I just awkwardly am standing there, just still, while you guys are taking naps.
As you sleep, your dreams are filled with nightmares. Imagining scenes of some sort of creeping, pulsing presence, as if the stars watch down for you upon you with some sort of baleful hate, and that the sky itself would collapse into a rain of worms. It feels like there is something pulling at the edges of your mind, a presence watching over, just reading the surface level of your very thoughts as you awaken.
Cabe, who was standing, not sleeping, but he had gone into stasis mode, he wakes up with a and he awakes and he turns to you two and he's like, I have had terrible visions in my stasis mode, ones and zeros floating all about, and then there was a 2.
It feels as if something is pulling at the edges of your perception, something that is almost riding along in your mind as an observer. The sensation is not unlike that of when you know when you're not sure whether you have a ringing in your ears or you're hearing an actual ringing noise somewhere in the room around you. It feels like that.
Oh, that's my whole life.
And it feels like perhaps if you were to focus on it, you might be able to wrangle out of it, or address it in some way. But doing so almost that alone even just still sort of tugs at your sense.
Did you two also dream of the number 2?
You can see Dennis is shivering and curled up underneath Lynn's bed. Yes.
Well, I didn't dream of the number 2, pero de tacos. Espero que les gustan tacos porque I hope that they like tacos because that's what I was dreaming about.
I am unfamiliar.
Whoever they are.
Tacos.
It is a delicacy from my homeland, from the Kadathi Mountains.
I cannot eat, but I would like to see it. You know what a 2 is, but not a taco.
Whatever this feeling is, it feels like you might be able to shake it off, but to do so is painful on your mind itself.
Is it causing me any immediate harm, or is it just a loose passenger?
That would be the best way to describe it. Just some sort of faint presence riding along in your thoughts that if you wanted to, that it feels like if you really took a sense of yourself, you could force it away from you, but to do so would be very painful on your psyche.
I am most concerned of the presence of the number 2 in my mind, and there is an option for me to run an analysis, run what, spyware? I detect spyware.
Yes, malware bites. That's do it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I can help, but I know somebody who could maybe help. And I go, oh, hey, people upstairs, what is it that's in our mind? And I will use a ritual and cast divination.
Awesome. As you cast the spell, the answer comes. A passenger from a world that should not be. A mind
I kind of figured that out.
Unto its own.
Like an elder brain?
I'm not certain your character has a sense of what an elder brain is.
I know.
I don't know either, but that is the answer that comes to you.
Okay.
I have a feeling that this might be what drove this dragon crazy.
Yes, that was what I was thinking. And those giants.
Then it might be worth the pain of removing the malware.
I am. I'm nervous, but perhaps it's worth a try.
Okay.
I'm going to try to run my antivirus software.
All right, you can all make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
We all get.
We're all standing close to each other, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we all huddle up.
So add 5 to whatever you're rolling.
Well, I'd
And
love to hear
it's
that.
charisma.
11.
Mhm.
Yes.
Add
Ooh,
plus
28.
22.
Also 22.
Alrighty. Whatever psychic link has ridden into your mind is broken, but you all take 10 psychic damage.
Oh. I mean, I'm still above my maximum hit points, so I'm happy.
Yeah. I feel much better.
The dragon should have done that.
Perhaps they had a low charisma save.
Perhaps
somehow
the dragon
don't think
did not
so.
think to run virus protection. We must install virus protection in the dragon.
Well, it might be too late. I fear we might have to kill it, but if I'm being honest, I think it would make a great
I
trophy.
thought we were here to cure it.
Oh, I am programmed to destroy
I
dragons.
think that the dragon's supposed to be nice, isn't it?
Dragons are killing.
I think I tend to agree with Cabe on this one. Although, Danny, if you think you might be able to cure it, I suppose I might be willing to give it a try.
There's a spell I prepared just for. It's supposed to help people who go mad.
My primary program is to build things. My secondary program is to murder dragons.
And dragons are definitely not people. Will the spell work?
Well, yeah, it's not supposed to. It's called Greater Restoration. It's really good at this very kind of thing. If there was a guide for masters of the dungeon, it might have rules on things like madness and say that this is the one spell that does it.
Well,
I know
I
I'm
think,
speaking in arcane strange words.
I think we wait until we can assess the dragon ourselves, assuming that it doesn't kill us.
Yes. If we're dead, I won't be able to cast it.
If it attacks me, I will attack it. If it stops attacking me, I will run an analysis and determine whether it is safe to stop attacking it.
All right.
Sounds like a plan. All right. As you approach closer after packing up your things and coming closer, you can see that there are a series of columns of carved stone. The basalt rock has been taken and carved into arches and fine colonnades that form sort of a pathway that leads up to the place towards where the slopes of Mount Hatheg Claw. The divots in the ground from the obelisk are clear up along the path here, and it is toppled over and dug deeply into even this basalt rock as it has been dragged along. And here, though, you can see flecks and pieces of the otherworldly and peculiar material that this particular obelisk was built of, a kind of blackish, greenish, purplish, yellowish green color of undescribable hues that reflects light in all sorts of awful ways. The pools of the hot springs eventually reach up against the cliffs as this incline of Mount Hatheg Claw grows. And you see over the next sort of ridge in the distant horizon shimmering prismatic light, not coming from the aurora above, but from below. For as you crest the next hill, you see what looks like the mouth of a cavern in the cliff-like rocks of the mountainside that is covered in a shimmering dome of multi-hued light. And there is, leading up to it, there is a pathway through the basalt rocks that you can see here, and the pools of the hot springs, and a pair of constructed temples flanking on either side of the shimmering field against the mountainside up over this way. So this is kind of the rough lay of the land here outside here. You can see that like that. And as you approach, they're looking down. I placed your tokens on the map, but you don't need to be this close. You can see that there's one central archway, and there are two hooded elves standing on the steps of the archway, each bent over a quarterstaff.
Not statues, actual humanoid, living, breathing.
Yes.
Okay.
They despite the area here is surprisingly warm, so the air is cool, but the humidity carries the warmth off the hot springs. And so the two elves are garbed only in simple linen robes, almost like like someone who has perhaps taken a vow of poverty. They have very little beyond the sandals they wear and the simple robes that garb them. Their hair is shook white, and their complexion is purplish.
Do we think them
This feels
friendly?
much better in here. I like it a lot. Nice and warm. Excuse me. Did you see a large creature come through here earlier with a large obelisk of some sort?
The elves, as you approach, they raise their hands up beside them, holding their staffs in the other, and they speak. Travelers, this is the abode of Sardalen the Watcher. Here the dragon has taken under their protection a dangerous thing. Come no closer. Everything is fine. There is nothing you need fear, but Sardalen must not be disturbed.
Nothing to see here.
These are not the dragons you were looking for.
I am not afraid, but I must ask, why are we not to disturb the dragon?
The great Baron Zaya the Wise is the only who the dragon will speak with. The matters are quite grave indeed, and Sardalen is engaged in a great project.
Can you tell us more about this creature that it has taken, this dangerous creature that is taken under its protection?
The two look at each other and say, "We know very little of it, but if you wish to speak with Baron Zaya, she may tell you more."
Yeah, can we talk to her?
They nod and they say, "Yes, they're certainly, but she does not allow us to see Sardalen, and so she will likely not allow you either."
You said she's very wise. Maybe she knows the answers to our questions.
We can only hope. Could you point us in the direction?
They lead you along the path here towards the temple structure, which is a multi-platform dais with several colonnade surrounding it, and a statue of a dragon in the center. And there is an elven woman, garbed similarly to the others, though she carries a staff of curious and peculiar metal. And as you approach, she says, "Hail, I am Baron Zaya the Wise. Travelers, I am sorry, but you have come at an auspicious time. If you have come to seek the wisdom of Sardalen the Watcher, now is not the time."
Doesn't auspicious mean good?
Indeed, it is. For
Why is it so good?
Baron Zaya speaks plainly and says, The dragon has made a great discovery, one that will help protect our world for generations to come, but must not be disturbed until their work is complete.
Oh, that does sound auspicious.
But why is it that the dragon has been laying waste to nearby villages? We don't understand. How can this be a good thing?
Oh, my friend, you and I are but mortals. It is not our place to understand the great foresight of Sardalen the Watcher, who has seen the turning of the ages of our world and understands why these things must be so.
And you do not know why these things must be so?
All that I know is that Sardalen must not be disturbed in his work. The dragon has taken it upon themselves to do a great thing so that we may all be protected from the harsh realities of this world.
If there is one thing I know about mortals, it's that they do not like to get killed. And it seems that the dragon, in its goal of protection, is destroying entire villages and leaving many injured or dead. This seems like poor protection. I myself am a protector and would like to inquire as to the means of protection, as doesn't seem to be working very well.
This strikes me as the wisest thing we have heard since meeting you.
Thank you.
Lynn says that to the elf. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it was a compliment. It was intended as such, but also a bit of an insult to her.
This conversation is getting boring.
Her face, her face scrunches up at the suggestion, and she says, "It matters little. The Sardalen, in their great power, has ensured that none will disturb them. Even if you wished to speak, well, you may," she gestures towards the glimmering prismatic barrier, "you may simply walk and try."
You will not impede us.
I think walking through a prismatic wall like that might be a problem.
I pick up a rock and I'm going to throw it at the prismatic wall.
It's quite a distance away from where you currently are standing, but if you do want to,
I have a good throw.
Yeah. As you even approach it, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my.
Do you get to add my 5?
If you're walking up beside.
Yeah. I'd for sure kind of stick together.
19.
You are not struck blind.
I can see clearly now.
But the area within once you come within 100 feet of it, the glaring light is nearly blinding.
A filter goes over my eye lenses to protect me. Yeah. Night vision. Or no, that's not what I want. Sunglasses.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm gonna, as I approach, I pick a rock up and throw it at the prismatic wall.
Yeah. Do you want to just tell me, as you do approach, you do throw the rock, and as it strikes the barrier, there is a flash of light, as the rock is annihilated by earth, wind, fire, and all that good stuff, and possibly sent to another plane of existence in the process.
I turn back
Dennis
to
Hopper, looking at that, just goes,
Yeah.
I turn back to the elf lady and I'm like, could you please disable this terrible gate so that we may pass?
She replies, "It is not within my power to do."
how do you speak to the dragon?
She says, much like any commune with their patron, Sardalen speaks to me when they so choose to speak to me.
Does their voice come through this statue here?
Yes.
I'd like to take a closer look at the statue, maybe investigate it. Can I make an investigation check, or do you need an investigation?
Yeah, sure. Give me an investigation check.
I don't have a very good investigation skill. 11.
You notice that set into the eyes of the dragon are several prismatic glowing gemstones, and the dragon is standing in a rampant position, so upwards with its claws outward, in a position that perhaps the dragon could be like, you could, if you could stand level with it, you could almost have a staring contest with it and clasp your hands into its hand and like hold its claws in your hands and stare into its eyes. Yeah.
So beautiful.
What are your passive perceptions?
16?
16.
18.
Okay. Dennis, you'll notice that there is also a similar glimmer of prismatic light that is coming from the other temple.
Oh, I think I know what we're going to need to be able to do here. Or guess, a good guess.
What is that, Denny?
I kind of, and then like, and
I'm trying to like mimic
and he then gets his expression on his face like he's been very clever in masking what he was trying to tell you.
You want us to steal the gems? I say out loud with...
Oh, no, and I didn't say destroy them either.
So...
That isn't what he said.
I would be curious to investigate this other temple first. See what is over there.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Certainly. Heading over to the other temple is a parallel colonnade, and here, floating in midair, made of a strange prismatic metal, is a large sphere. And as you faintly look at it, it has the etchings and the colors move across it, forming the rough pattern of the continents themselves. And as it spins and turns, there are two divots on the poles of the globe.
But only two. Interesting.
I am still trying to process your hand gestures. Are you sure you didn't want us to destroy?
And I look over my shoulder. No, that's not what I meant at all. I was like, that's buffing.
I will continue to try to decipher your code.
Well, I was thinking for a second that looked a little like our world, except that one's round. Everyone knows the world is flat.
Running analysis, I actually believe it is an octagonal flat surface with slight ridges and perhaps a fourth dimensional space that we cannot see.
Yeah, flat.
You two. Let's go back to the dragon. I want to get a closer look at those gems.
But not for smashing.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Baron, as you come back, Baron Zaya says, it is customary to make an offering when you do come to Sardaelin's temples. You may wander these grounds as you wish, but do not disturb me and the others who are here in contemplation. What do you want to look at the other statue?
But where is this offering given?
There is a bowl before the dragon.
I do not have a lot of money, but I'm going to put 5 gold into the bowl.
Okay. The bowl itself is a large, about 4 feet around, and as the bowl, you place the offering in the bowl, it fills with water, and a whirlwind appears in the bowl, and the water drains out, pulling your offering away.
Fascinating.
I'll leave my offering when we leave.
This probably isn't going to do anything, but just out of curiosity, Cabe walks up to the statue and holds its hands and looks into its eyes.
Okay. You look into the eyes of the statue and see a shimmering and blinking power. As you place your hands in the statue's claws, the claws slowly begin to close around your hands.
I try to. Do I notice this?
Yeah, you can see it.
Can I try to like snatch him away?
Absolutely. You snatch him away before the hands close, and the hands go back to their original position.
I'm going to turn back to the elf and ask, is this dangerous to interact with this statue?
The elf looks annoyed with you, and says, yes, it is dangerous. Don't do that again.
What would happen if I did? Just out of curiosity.
It would be very painful for you.
How many gemstones did you say were in the statue?
Just the statue's eyes.
Okay, just their eyes.
2. And the number 2
Yes.
resounds.
All right.
It's what you dreamed.
It is all coming together. The number 2, the 2 gems, the 2 divots.
2 divots.
Let's
2
do it.
holes.
I don't have a dagger. I want to try and pry one of the gems out of the dragon's eye.
I have thieves' tools. There's lots of...
Oh yeah, you should use those.
As you bust out your tools and start aiming to pry the gems out of the dragon's eyes, the elves look at you with this aghast look. What are you doing?
Don't
They
worry.
say-
I am making it less dangerous for people to dance with the dragon.
It's for science.
You defilers! How dare you? You stop now, or we will destroy
You don't understand. We want to get through that wall.
Give me give me a persuasion check.
All right.
Who?
Chris.
Okay.
23.
23. Wow.
Yeah.
They stop and they say, if you would like to see Sardaelin, you may walk through that wall. And if Sardaelin wishes to see you, then you will be seen by Sardaelin.
But did you see the rock?
If we walk through the wall, we will possibly get burned, frozen, a number of other things. Also, you have said yourself that looking into this statue too closely is dangerous. We are here to protect people. Therefore, to protect you, we need to dismantle the dangerous parts of this statue to help us get through the dangerous wall. Then you can talk to your patron more easily.
Again, very wise, this one.
Also, I would just point out that if he wants to talk to us, then he might let us through. But if he doesn't want to talk to us, then we'll be vaporized. But if there was no wall, then it doesn't really. Then we could just walk through. It just seems like a much smarter idea to see if we can get this wall down.
We call this a win-win scenario.
The elves, a look of fury comes upon the faces of the elves as the group of them say, "You are proposing defiling this sacred place of contemplation and deep learning. If you will not,
she's doing it right now.
If you will not act with respect, you must leave."
We are proposing safety measures be put in for better acts of worship.
But Lynn says, but if this is not something you will allow, then we are happy to remove you from the equation and we will proceed about our business. We need to talk to the dragon and we do not wish to be vaporized.
Do you mean killing them?
If that's what it takes, yes.
She means killing you.
We're doing a lot of talking here. We should be going through that wall already, but it's not down yet because we keep talking.
At this stage, the three elves are horrified at what you've suggested, and they simply say, "So you will choose violence then? You would just attack us to..."
No, we're going to take the gems out of this statue and try to remove the wall. Are you going to choose violence?
"We will stop you if you do."
You will try.
All right. Well,
I don't think so. And yeah, you can roll an initiative, money.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay.
I announce.
Okay, let's get it going.
Oh, I might have won.
Ooh.
All right, let's just get everyone positioned a little bit more carefully here. I'm going to bring the group of you over to the you are all kind of conferring over at the dragon statue.
Right,
so
right.
I'm going to pick you up and bring you over there. And great. Yeah, and then position yourselves anywhere within 10 feet of that area there, and I will just zoom in for our lovely audience so they can see a little bit better what's going on. There we go.
Ennis, you can stay behind me.
Okay. Very good. What do we got?
31.
Wow.
17.
Okay.
7.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so then we got Cabe and Lynn. All right. Well, Dennis, it looks like you are kicking off these hostilities here.
All right. I am using a 5th level slot. I am casting Conjure Animals. This time it will be wolves, 16 of them.
Cool. And this time you're going to get counterspelled.
Oh. 5th level. Okay.
Yep, with a 16 to counterspell.
And I go, whoops.
As one of the elves reaches their hand up with the spell and says, "Dare not defile this place with your horrific magic." And all right.
Yeah. So
anything else?
Yes. I go, oh, and then I go here.
Are you running away?
I told you to stay close to me.
And you just see the back of his head. He doesn't even turn his head when you ask if he's running away.
Okay. As you hop, skip, and jump away, Baron Zaya fixes her attention and does two things. First of all, she calls out and speaks a blasphemous utterance. And there is a writhing cloud of blades and tentacles that appears in the air. And I'm just gonna check my ruler here. Yeah. And as it appears in the air, right behind you there, Dennis, taking the shape of a horrific metallic spider with bladed limbs. And then with her bonus action, she will cast Spiritual Weapon. And token here. We'll go with. I'm just gonna go with this golden ball because I can see it easily. And it will appear beside Cabe and come in swinging down on you, Cabe. And I'm going to upcast the spiritual weapon to a 6th level spell slot. So Cabe, I get an 18 to hit you, which I don't think is going to be enough.
Oh no. I don't even notice. Like, I'm still facing her, and it just hits my armor and bounces off.
The spiritual weapon takes the form of almost a bladed draconic wing, made of glimmering energy. Okay. And she will move up back over here with her remaining movement. All right. Cabe, it is your turn.
I am going to move up to her.
Okay.
I guess my steel defender goes after me.
Yeah.
And just want to see something. How far away? Yeah, let's run some damage control here. I'm gonna grab my little hammer on my belt, and I am going to attempt to vortex warp the spider that appeared in front of Dennis and bring it in front of me instead.
Okay. So you're great. So I need to make a Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have magic resistance. I get a 16.
That fails. So I remove the giant spider that is about to attack Dennis, and I put it in front of me, like next to the
Thank
elven
you.
lady. Yeah, no problem.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is going to be my turn, and now I'm bearing down on both of these two with my heavy armor. My steel defender is going to run up next to me.
Mm-hmm.
And going to rend the elf sorceress or warlock or whatever she is.
Okay.
So that is going to be 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
Right. For 6 damage.
Nice.
Yeah,
Every little bit
not
helps.
much, but I did what I needed to do.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
No, just going to hold my ground. I hold my shield up, and I am ready for the onslaught.
Okay. The elven mages flanking either side of the situation are seeing you there, Cabe. They are both going to cast a spell. And
Yeah, that makes sense.
they're both
No,
going.
spell's my weakness.
Okay. And we will duplicate that. They incant the spells, and yeah, and you kind of hear this sound like a shoom, and a shimmer in the air as their spells come into effect, but you can't see where they are, but they've cast Wall of Force.
But we don't know where.
I mean, the Wall of Force is invisible, so
Okay.
so ostensibly, yeah, you don't know exactly where the Wall of Force would be in this case.
Well, would you look at that? I mean, you can't look at it, so somebody's gonna do like a dog through a screen.
Somebody's
door.
going to run through it, and then they're going to find out where it is. Yeah, or run into it, I should say. They
Yeah.
won't run through it. They'll abruptly stop.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in that case, then our other little friend here, the spindly spider, is going to fire its paralyzing beam at you, Cabe. So give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. All right. I was hoping it was just gonna, try to hit me a bunch, but okay. That's gonna be a 28.
Okay, you are not paralyzed for 1 minute. It's still going to attack you with its forelegs,
Cool.
getting not enough to hit you with either of them.
And they bounce off of me. I don't
Clang,
even
clang.
notice.
Yep, clang clang. Okay. With that, we go to Lynn.
Okay, Lynn is going to just run forward at full speed, oblivious to any potential wall of force that may be in front of her.
And smash into the Wall of Force.
All right, pong, careen off it, and then she'll
Right
just be like,
there, I guess, is where you would
Okay.
smash it.
she'll put her hands up and just be like, and cast Misty Step as a bonus action,
Okay.
and bamf right up there.
Okay.
Nice.
And unfortunately, that means I have cast a spell as a bonus action. But nevertheless, I will. So that means no more spells unless they're cantrips, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take some swings at this this elven cleric
Alrighty.
lady. In fact, I'm going to use. Before I do that, sorry. I'm actually going to use my. Where did it go? Come on. Oath of Conquest. Which. Wait a minute. I'm confusing this with Vengeance Paladin. Never mind. I'm
Right.
not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I get my Paladin oaths confused sometimes. So I'm just going to make some attacks.
Okay.
First attack is a 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay. For that's not very good rolls. 10 damage.
Okay.
And then second attack is much better. Higher. That is 27 to hit. For 11 damage. Sorry.
Alrighty.
No, sorry. 13 damage. Math is hard, apparently.
Math is hard.
Fortunately, I can just adjust whatever. Great. Yep.
And that was my bonus action and my actions.
All right. She
And I'm
cries
done.
out as the damage comes in there. Okay. So we now go to Dennis.
All right, just verifying my distances. All right, I will cast another Conjure Animals with a 5th level slot.
Okay. Now, here's the question. Can you conjure an animal on the other side of a wall of force?
I don't think so.
Because you are in a wall of force.
Yes. I'm the one in the wall of force.
There were two spells cast, right?
Yeah.
Two for two mages.
Okay. Well, I was planning to have them surround me. So I guess it depends how big the wall of force is, but one way or the other, if they either can't be conjured or they're going to be trapped in here with me.
Okay. Because I don't know if you're targeting. If I'll let you conjure the creatures, but I like this is where I'm not clear because it's invisible. You can see the space, but can the conjured creature appear
On the other side.
on the other side?
Yeah, we were having this debate or this discussion. It wasn't really a debate. So I think it's up to you, Monty.
Roll. You know what? Roll a d6 on a 4 or more. The answer is yes.
Okay.
Leave it to the dice.
It's a 2.
Ah,
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, because I honestly I don't know, and I don't know what the precedent I'm going to set by making that ruling is. Yeah. So the creatures can appear around you though in the area.
Yeah.
In the area.
They'll appear around me and they're going to kind of map out the edges of this wall of force I'm in.
Okay. Basically, it's a 10-foot radius right on top of you, like the dome. Yeah.
Well, here's where I show how great druids are at teleport spells. I don't have a teleport spell.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
So
And I don't have a disintegration spell.
I see that I'm completely surrounded. I go, well, I'm really safe in here. I start petting the Velociraptors. I'll start putting them on. Well, you guys take your turns.
Oh, I guess I should have not forgotten to use my legendary actions. Yeah.
You should have forgotten.
Okay, so I guess I'll use one of her attacks now. And so I do get to attack with my little staff, and I think that she will go for you, Cabe.
my steel defender is going to impose disadvantage using deflect attack.
Well, that turns a crit into a 25.
Oh man, my AC is 25.
But
at least it's not a crit.
Shield. If you want.
Yeah, I'll shield. Let's shield.
All right. In that case, it's her turn proper. And yeah, let's do this thing. Now we're gonna go into DM interpretation land. And see what we can do with this. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. All right. Where is it? There we go. So she is going to cast a spell. I guess we know where that is now. This is the best thing I have to represent this. She's gonna cast Gate, and open a gate to the Far Realm.
Okay.
And on the other side are a bunch of beholder-looking sort of creatures.
What?
Well, I'm sure glad I'm behind this wall of force.
Oh man!
So
just when I thought things were going well.
So here's what we're gonna do. There's a bunch of different kinds of beholderkin in the Far Realm. So every round on initiative count 20, someone's gonna roll a d6, and that's gonna tell us what kind of random beholder comes through the gate. Because there's no other way to interpret this spell.
Is gate concentration?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance. I'm saying there's a chance. Okay. And so that is and her spiritual weapon is stuck in a wall of force. Womp womp. So that's her turn. And so with that, Cabe, it is your turn.
All right. I am going to cast. Hold on. No, I'm not going to cast. I think I'm just gonna lay into her, try to knock that gate out.
Okay.
So I'm going to attack with my Morning Star,
All right.
getting a 27 to hit.
Okay.
I'm going to use my what is it called? Arcane Jolt. That's going to be 10. That's going to be 16 damage.
Okay.
I'm going to attack again. That's going to be 21 to hit
All right.
for another 9 damage.
And I pass both my concentration checks.
Yeah, that's fair. I was hoping for some low rolls.
Okay. Well, in that case, my anything else?
That is going to be it for now. Or sorry, my Steel Defender.
Okay.
My Steel Defender is going to attack her.
Okay.
Getting a 16 to hit.
That is a miss.
Nuts.
I'm afraid. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
That is everything.
All right. Well, the dark elves that are the one that's concentrating on that wall of force, that's not doing anything for anybody right now.
I mean, it's keeping your spiritual weapon at bay,
Yeah,
so
yes.
I'm here for it.
It is. Okay. Well, I think what we will do is this. He's gonna drop the wall of force out to begin with. And what he will then do is he is going to cast telekinesis. And is going to try to pick up with telekinesis Cabe.
Huh. Okay.
So we can make opposing strength checks. Well, your strength against his spellcasting ability.
Well, I rolled a natural 20. Am I using my saving throw or my
your strength? It's a strength check.
Okay. So that's going to be 22.
Cool. The other one is going to cast silvery barbs on you.
Okay. That's going to be 17.
I win. With a so the or actually, hold on. Nope. You know what? You still win.
Ha!
Sorry. Nope. Because
Take that, silvery barbs.
Take that, silvery barbs. Okay.
Useless spell.
All right. Fun. All right. Then the other one that's still concentrating on Wall of Force is going to cast Vortex Warp on the on our mage, on Baron Zaya, and is going to move her way over. Oh, I keep grabbing the wrong things. Way over there.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
And then the retriever doesn't get its paralyzing beam, so it's just going to attack you twice, Cabe, not getting through your AC, but it does fire a disintegration beam at you.
Oh,
instead.
Thank you.
And you have to make a dexterity saving throw.
+5.
+5.
from?
That's going to be 18.
You do succeed, but you still do take 13 force damage.
I can handle that.
Alrighty. And Lynn, I'll have you take your turn, and then we will have to put a pause on our combat for tonight.
All right, I'm going to end this with a bang. I feel good about what's about to happen. Is this the one that's concentrating on Wall of Force still?
That one is the one that's concentrating on Wall of Force. Yeah.
I mean, maybe I should ask, would my character know this? I've seen them.
You saw the other one cast
things.
Telekinesis on Cave. So yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I think we need to get Hoppy Hop in the fight. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run up to this elf, and I'm going to use Quicken Spell to cast Hold Person.
Ooh.
On the elf here. They have to make a saving throw of 18. What is Hold Person? Is that charisma? Wisdom? That's right. It is wisdom. That's why I didn't want to do it on the other one, because I figured she probably has a high wisdom.
Alrighty. I get a 20. 19 on the
Silvery
die.
Barbs. Silvery Barbs reaction. Everybody's using Silvery Barbs.
I get an 18.
My DC is 18.
Oh.
Can
Yeah.
I also Silvery Barbs?
You can,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, I got a 10. I failed.
Yes.
Wall of Force goes
thank you.
down.
Awesome.
And I'm
Okay, and
yeah.
and they are paralyzed.
Correct.
So, and I have advantage on my attacks against them, correct?
Yep.
And any attack that lands is an automatic critical hit because I'm within 5 feet.
Yep.
So I'm going to blow this guy up. First attack is a 22 to hit.
That's, more than a hit.
I'm going to, let's see here, find my dice, first of all. Okay, I do not have Giant Smite going. Remember that. I'm going to smite.
Okay.
So, just with the first level. So this is 5, 6, 10, 12. That's 25, 31, 33 plus 6 is 39 damage.
Okay.
Second attack.
Okay, so the first attack didn't one-shot him.
Yeah. So that was 39. And second attack is, the best is a 28 to hit. And I'm also going to smite here, just first level. And that is a, let's see, 11, 14, 16 plus more. I don't know.
That's a very dead mage.
So I just...
Yeah.
And then, let's see. Okay, he's down. Gosh, I need to get to... I've used my bonus action. I've cast a spell. I have, 10 feet of movement left? It's not going to get me to her. But I'm going to try, I suppose. Well, you know what? No, I want you to still have your saving throw bonus. So I'm going to use my...
I'll get her back. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm going to use my remaining 20 feet of move speed then. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'll just go here to kind of be ready for, well, whatever I can be ready for.
All right. And with
that's it.
End of the round, that's where we'll wrap up for this evening.
Okay.
Put that one on pause. We'll leave the tokens down where they are and come back to this one next week.
Nice.
Exciting.
Thanks, everybody.
Boy.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yep,
that was super
fun.
cool. Yeah, thank you so much, Chris and Colby. It's so much fun to play with you guys. What a challenge. And Kelly, thank you as always. I'm
just here to have fun.
Big thank you.
I'm having a great time.
The map that we're playing on tonight was actually made by one of our patrons, Gav of
Really
Gavatone
cool
Mats.
looking.
Yeah, so he designed the maps for this location and the Dragon's Lair when we actually get there. So check him out. He's got his own Patreon. He's making some awesome maps. So definitely a big thanks there. We used all of our tokens from Roll20 and from all the official D&D art, and we got some awesome spell effects by Gabriel Picard that we use as well. So if you're looking for where we use this, we're playing on Roll20, all that cool stuff. Chris, where can people find what you do?
Just go to YouTube, Google Treant Monk's Temple, and you will find my channel.
Awesome. And Colby?
Yep, same thing. YouTube, D4 D&D Deep Dive. Or actually, if you search for D&D Optimized, it will probably pull up one of my videos as well. That was the old name of the channel, and I noticed that that's a search term that gets used a lot when people find my videos. So either one would probably work.
Gotta get the algorithm ironed out.
Yeah.
And Kelly, where can they find our stuff?
We are the Dungeon Dudes, so you can hit us up on YouTube by looking for Dungeon Dudes. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and you can also check out our Twitch streams, which happen, on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
We are doing this collaborative game this week and next week. After that, we are doing 2 weeks of me running Monster of the Week. And then after that, we are taking a week off and then returning with season 3 of Drakenheim.
Nice.
So yeah, you can make sure to check all of that out. If you're not up to date on Drakenheim, we have all of the videos up for viewing on our YouTube channel. And you can also check us out as an audio-only podcast. That is Dungeons of Drakenheim and Shadows of Drakenheim. So watch all our videos. Check us out at youtube.com/dungeon_dudes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, with that, thank you all so much. We will be back here same time next Tuesday to wrap up our little one-shot romp. So thank you all so much, and we will see you all next week.
Thanks, everybody.